I was researching Battersea as I was doing a project about my great-grandmother, who lived all over Battersea in different areas, and I followed like her movements around by looking at the census and stuff, and she lived in all these different addresses, and as I followed that trail I found that nearly all of them had been knocked down kind of in the 50s to make way for sort of housing estates and the Covent Garden Newmarket and things like that. And then obviously walking around the area I became aware that much of that development, which had been made in the kind of 50s, 60s and so on, was now being cleared to make way for this new wave of development, which was the kind of power station and surrounding areas. And I think I came across a passage in a book about the power station site itself and how just before the power station was built, there was a plan to build an amusement park there called Dream City. And so I looked very briefly into that because I found it an interesting parallel between that sort of site of leisure and this new transformation of a power station into a kind of playground for the rich, I guess. In terms of the relationship to mindfulness, I was both interested in it as an actual tool of dealing with the present and also kind of cynical about it at the same time. It was something that I was looking at on a personal level, and I found this idea of concentrating only on the present and ignoring the past and the future to be useful in terms of thinking about how the site is being treated now and how the nature of investment works. But I also wanted to kind of use it as a structure to break away from, so a constant referral to the past and the future as a sort of means of escape from the present, perhaps, because the present might not be the best possible place to be. I think using archive footage as a way of reminding ourselves that things might not always be this way, because there's a certain sense of like the language that, for example, the hoardings user says is so definitive that they're like bringing the future into the present to suggest this is a thing that has already happened. We live here, this is what this is, and this is what this will be. And when you look at archival footage, I guess it reminds you that everything is subject to change or be knocked down or redeveloped. Even the redevelopment might be redeveloped. I think receiving this award has been a huge shift for me personally. You meet all these people who are experts at doing these certain different things that you've always like done badly yourself. And seeing like the possibilities of what can be done, it's really exciting to have these different people like cinematographers and sound designers and animators who can help you make the things that you visualize in your head come to life in a way that's much better than the way I could have done it by myself. So it's been really valuable in that sense. And obviously having the support of like producers to help me get everything sorted and have the confidence to like work with other people, and also to gain access to things like archives, which I've always wanted to do, but it's obviously like both a difficult process to gain rights to things like that and quite expensive. So yeah, it's been completely life-changing.